Hello and welcome to the Canva for the Entrepreneur video series. In this video, I'm just going to take you through how to create an Instagram post, show you how to animate it, and show you how to resize it if you want to use it for another platform. So let's get started. We are now on the Canva home screen. And I am going to go down here and choose Instagram post. And when you click on one of those options, it automatically gives you a blank canvas, which you can create, anything that you want. You can add pictures, you can add text, or you can use one of their ready-made templates and adjust it as you want. So for this video, I am going to use a template because I want to show you how easy it is. So let's scroll and use one. So I bring up my template, and you can see just by moving your cursor and clicking, all these elements can be edited. They can be duplicated, they can be deleted. The font can be, changed, the color can be changed, the size can be changed, the format can be changed. Really, these templates are very user-friendly. They are layered like you would find in Photoshop. So let's say you're not you don't want its spring, for example, to be on top of this photo. You can change its position so that it's not on top. So it makes it really user-friendly in terms of creating designs. But let's get started. We're going to change a few things here just so you get a sense of how simple it is to change things around. I'm going to get rid of this picture here. And I'm going to, you can either choose a photo that you've uploaded, or you can go to their photos to choose something else. So I am going to look for another photo, and you just type in a search and it'll bring up their different options. And let's see here. Let's use this one. You can resize it as much as you need to just by playing around with your cursor. Then it's not spring, it's fall right now, so I'm going to change the text here. I'm not crazy about this font, so I'm going to change it. And also, not only am I not crazy about it, but I also want to keep in line with my own branding. So I want to change the font to match my brand. So what you can do is go up here to the little toolbar, and you click on that down arrow, and it's going to bring up the font options. And as you can see, there's a kind of a running list of fonts, but here in the middle are the branded fonts that I've uploaded. So I'm going to pick the one that I normally use for kind of my headlines. I'm going to change the text down here. And I find that to be hard to read, and I want it to change. I want it to match my brand, so I'm going to go in here and pick the font that I normally use for my header too. I'm also going to adjust the size so it's a little bigger there. You can make it bold. And I also want to change the color. So I click on the color, and it automatically brings up some default colors that Canva recommends, but it's also going to bring up those branded colors that we did in the previous video. So I'm going to pick one here. And then let's see here. I'm going to add some more flower elements, and I'm going to do that one more time just to make sure you see what I did. So let's delete that. So let's say you want to duplicate an element that's in your template. You bring your cursor to highlight it so that it has the little circles on all four corners of the element that you want to duplicate. You go up to this toolbar and hit duplicate, and it'll bring it up again. And I'm just going to bring this up here. I'm going to adjust how it looks. You can see it's laying on top of my photo, and I don't want that. So I'm going to adjust its position so that it's backwards. And I did that twice because there's two layers here. There's the top photo, then there's this, it looks like it's kind of like a textury fabric type of element. So yeah, so I hit backwards twice, and then it brought it behind both of those elements. Let's say you're not crazy about where it's sitting, you can easily move it, but again, now it's on top of my text. So just adjust that one more time, and now it's behind both. You can move it anywhere and change its position as much as you need to. And let's say we like this little guy. We're going to duplicate this and bring another of that element up here. The nice thing about Canva is it does give you kind of a sense of where center is. So you see as I adjust that photo, it lines it up center. So you, if it's important to you that something is centered on your image, Canva will let you know when it's centered. So yeah, so that's how easy it is to create a design in Canva. I am going to see if we're able to animate this design. Sometimes with all these layers, it will not. So let's see if it gives us that option. Oh, yep, it sure does. Nice. Okay, so what's nice with Canva Pro is you can now animate your designs, and this is really fun. It's a fun element to add to your website, but it's also really nice to add to your social media, because especially in this day and age with videos, movement and kind of moving images are becoming more important. So you can animate your designs, which is a really nice feature. It's only part of Canva Pro, so if you have a free account, you're not going to be able to do it. But so when you go to your upper download function, it's one of your options here. So you just bring it down until you see animation MP4 or GIF. And as you can see, it brings it up. Now it has 6 different styles that you can choose from. That was your fade style. This is your pan element, block. Oh, sorry, they have 7. Rise, which looks really nice. Breathe, slide, and simple. So I'm going to go with rise. I really liked that one for this design. And then you get to pick your file format. You can pick MP4, which usually will work with Instagram. I know that it has to be a certain length of time in order for it to be uploaded. So if it's too short, you may need to use an app to loop it a couple times to make it long enough. Or you can save it as an animated GIF, which is nice for Facebook, for LinkedIn, and for MailChimp. So for our purposes, we are going to hit animated GIF and just hit download. And we're going to wait while it downloads. Okay, so now our design, our animated GIF has downloaded. We are going to open that up just to see how it looks. And look at that, looks good. Has our branded font, it has a cool picture, and it has some nice movement on it. So that looks really good. So then I am going to show you how to resize this if you want to use it for something else. And I'm just changing the file name of that really quickly. So you have up here on the upper toolbar a resize function. I'm going to show you the file function. In this file, you can make a copy. So let's say you wanted to work with the same template, but you just wanted to change the text. You could make a copy and it'll open up in a new tab, or you can completely resize it. So let's say we love this template, we want to reuse it for something else. Let's see, what would it be good to use for? So we are going to look to use this for a Pinterest graphic, which has slightly different dimensions. So you hit copy and resize. And as you can see, it automatically adjusted kind of our background and our elements. I'm just going to move some of these around so they're not so squished. In an Instagram post, you don't have quite as much space to expand your elements, but this gives you nice space. So, you know, you can resize any of your social media graphics and have them be consistent across the board, and it makes it super easy versus trying to work with one graphic and trying to stretch it in Photoshop or make it work in a different way. This took literally less than 2 minutes, and now we have a Pinterest ready graphic that works with our Instagram graphic. So that's a really nice function to be able to resize them as much as you need to. One thing to keep in mind is it does tell you if your changes have been saved. Now my changes have been saved, so I'm good to download. And again, I'm going to use a ping format and just download that, and it is ready for Pinterest. So that's our tutorial today. As you can see, Canva is a really user-friendly platform to use for all of your designs, and the fact that with Canva Pro you're able to download all your logos and your fonts. It's a really nice and simple tool for the business owner that does have to create a lot of their content themselves, and it makes sure that all of your images and content are consistent with your brand. And so I really love Canva. I can't, say enough nice things about it. I am not paid by Canva to say those things. I just use it every day in my business, and I think it will be helpful for you. So good luck with everything, and let me know if you have any questions on how to use Canva Pro.